Who better to tax than uber wealthy dead people? And Republicans always pretend like, oh, the estate tax is going to hit your family farm, bro. No, it doesn't. It applies to like 0.1% of the population. They say the federal government's only curb on dynastic wealth, that's the estate tax. As proof of the party's intent, the new Republican majority in the U.S. Senate has chosen as its next leader the chamber's main champion of estate tax repeal, John Thune. So remember, John Thune isn't even the MAGA-iest option. That was Rick Scott. That's who Trump wanted, but they got John Thune. Now, there was a sigh of relief. A lot of people breathed when they saw that. So they're like, oh, fine, okay, good. It's somebody who might put a little bit of a check on Trump here or there. Okay, but there are many areas where he won't. And this gets to my point about how your average Republican is not that much better than Donald Trump. Like, okay, yeah, maybe they won't try to steal an election if they lose. That's good. I don't want to underplay how important that is. But they still want to do all the deregulation, all the tax cuts for the wealthy, all the wars overseas. They still want to do all that. The group observed that scrapping the estate tax would save billionaire households an estimated $2.7 trillion, while depriving working Americans of the exact same amount of funding for vital public services like Medicare, childcare, education, and housing. So in other words, understand, guys, this is class war. This is class war. In giving the wealthy more tax cuts, they want to offset that by cutting every single program that helps regular Americans. Medicare, childcare, education, housing. They want to get rid of the Department of Education. They want to get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which, by the way, that agency pays for itself like 20 times over. They've returned $17.5 billion to defrauded Americans. They want to get rid of it. They don't want that at all. There's no other way to describe this but class war. This is class war. Give all the money to the billionaires and cut all the services for regular working class people who desperately need it. By the way, I told you guys this before. The amount of money Trump's transition team and his cabinet picks are worth when you put them all together, $313 billion. There are more billionaires and Wall Street executives in Trump's government than any in U.S. history. He literally said last time, I don't want a poor person in my administration. He literally said that last time. And this is the great working class hero. So understand, they want to declare class war on you, and they're going to. They're going to. As your income goes down, and as inflation gets worse because of the tariffs, you're going to be struggling to the high heavens, and they're going to be shoveling money into the bank accounts of the billionaires. And just to show you how bad it already is, this is pre the class war that we're about to experience. Ready? This is in Time magazine. The top 1% of Americans have taken $50 trillion from the bottom 90%. So this is from a Rand Corporation study. They looked into income and wealth inequality. And basically what they say is the wealthy and the corporations have rigged the rules so severely that they've effectively stolen $50 trillion from the bottom 90%. The top 1% has stolen $50 trillion from the bottom 90%. And if we just had the same disparity in wealth that existed in 1974, so if everything just stayed the same from 1974, every single working American in the bottom 90% would have an additional $1,144 a month, every single year for the rest of their lives. Think about that. How much would an extra $1,144 a month, every single year for the rest of your life, how much would that help you? That would only get us back to what the disparity was like in 1974. That's how much they've waged class war. That's how much they've done it. How did they do it? You guys know the story, tale as old as time. They destroyed unions. They waged war on unions. Of course, when unions are strong, the working class is strong. They destroyed unions. Corporations and billionaires gave a tremendous amount of money to our politicians to run their campaigns. Politicians got in there and represented those billionaires and corporations and neglected the will of the American people. So you get more corporate welfare, you get more tax cuts for the rich, you get more subsidies for the wealthy, and they don't give you a higher minimum wage, and they don't pass the pro-actor or pro-union legislation. And our healthcare system is such a joke. We spend way more than every other developed country, and we have worse health outcomes. So basically, they've nickel and dimed you in every area of your life. In every area. And of course, your income has not kept up with your productivity. Your productivity has skyrocketed, your income has flatlined. This is the neoliberal era. This is the neoliberal era. You've been robbed of $50 trillion. And Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to make shit sure they're going to rob you of more. They're going to get rid of what remains of our social safety net to give another tax cut to Elon and his buddies. This is what we're facing. All right, guys. Love you all very much. You know the drill. Everybody, please click like. Please click subscribe. Click that bell icon so you get a notification every time a video drops. And thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon. That link is below if you'd like to help out, or you can tip with that thanks button on YouTube as well. Remember, guys, I've never talked to any advertiser, never talked to any billionaire, never talked to any foreign government. We raise money from you guys through Patreon. And we have the default ads on YouTube where there's a nice buffer between me and all the advertisers. So this is true independent media, not fake independent media like many others. Very proud of that fact. So again, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, also check out Crystal Kyle and Friends. You can sign up below on Substack. You do it for free and get the audio podcast a day later on Saturdays when it drops, or you can sign up and pay $5 a month to get the video a day before, usually on Fridays. So check out Crystal Kyle and Friends this week. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Peace. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.